Hey everyone, welcome to the Checkered Chat. I'm Justin.
I'm Blake.
And that's a wrap on the season.
Yep.
We are here wearing all black mourning the end of the season.
We'll save. I was about to say something, but we'll save that for later on in the podcast.
Mourning the fact that we don't have a race to watch this weekend. I think that's where we go. Where I'm talking about
NASCAR-less weekend since February.
Big sad. Anyways, yeah. We've crowned a champion in all three series.
Champion could be used lightly in one of the series.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Jesse Love. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
And that's that. But anyways, we believe it or not, the last week of the season seems to be
a huge news week.
Yeah,
and some of this, I think, just went what time last week we got news together. I think some of this we missed last week.
Yeah, because last week we recorded on Tuesday, Wednesday.
So we're going to try to knock this out relatively quickly for you.
Yeah, we got a packed final season episode, but you guys don't have to worry. We're not going anywhere. We're still going to be doing this in the off season. But we will tell you guys more about that at the end of the episode. Yeah. So Blake, you want to hit them with at least the first chunk of news?
Yeah. All right. So, Colleague Trucks has already announced Butterbean is going to run. Now we know that Justin Haley and Daniel Dye will also be added to the list of drivers for that team. I think that's probably a good fit for Haley. And then Daniel Dye really didn't have anywhere to go once Colleague shut Xfinity down. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney was at the race on Sunday. And then I got her name. There was some NBA or WNBA player that was there. Yeah, but they got some stars out for the last race.
Yeah. I love how she was at driver intros and she was like, something, my new movie that
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you were here for promotional. 100%.
Rookie of the year for each series. Cup Series was SVG, no surprise. Zillich for Xfinity, no surprise. That felt like his participation trophy, if we're going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
And then Gio Ruggiero for the Truck Series. I think we already talked about Retzlaff. Retzlaff was not going to come back to Alpha Pro.
I couldn't remember if we did.
Yeah, he's not going to be back next year. He's aiming for a bigger ride.
Yeah, no,
I don't know what that's going to be.
I remember talking about that.
Yeah. Most popular driver for each series, Chase Elliott for the Cup Series.
Shocker.
Yeah. Justin Allgaier for Xfinity.
Another shocker.
Rajah Caruth for the Truck Series.
That one kind of, I'm not going to say caught me off guard, but I didn't think he would get it.
I kind of did, just because Corey Haim is a love him or hate him guy.
That's
even
true.
though most of the hate for Corey Haim is just because he whoops everybody's ass every week. Those are the three that I voted for. They announced Carson Quatfel will be running full-time next year in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. We're going to have to start getting used to that one.
Yeah, no. Like I said before, we're going to mess it up every week, probably for the next 2 years, and then it'll eventually stick.
It makes sense that, okay, he made the championship 4. There's no way. Why would we not have him in a full-time ride next year, you know?
Yeah. So is he, because I didn't see much about this, is he full-time at Junior?
I think so.
Okay, so that the one car is...
Remember how they never announced a second
for
the 88?
Right. Okay.
So I think they'll just slide Zillich to split the 88 with Rajah.
That makes sense.
And then just give Carson the 1 again.
Yeah.
My thought, I don't know. Maybe they'll still give him Rodney. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Lane Riggs signs a multi-year extension with Front Row, so he'll be in trucks for the next couple years. Hallmark Friesen, Stuart Friesen's team, they plan to expand to 2 full-time trucks next year. Larson says that he plans to race until he's 40, and then he'll reevaluate.
Interesting.
Yeah, I kind of thought he'd be out before 40, honestly.
Yeah.
Tyler Ankrum will return to McAnally Hilgeman Racing in 2026. Connor Zillich has announced his spotter for next year will be Stephen Parsons.
Who does he spot for now?
I have no clue.
'Cause
I know he drives every now and then, like in the Xfinity and stuff.
that's where I've
Yeah.
heard the name before.
And then I'll flip these because I know one of these we're going to talk more about than the other. Trackhouse is eyeing a future Indy 500 run for Connor Zilic, but it will not happen in 2026. I think that was kind of
A given.
yeah.
Most likely.
And then a big rule change. No longer will Cup drivers be limited to 5 starts in the truck and the O'Reilly Series next year. Now they can start up to 10 times in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series and up to 8 times in the Truck Series.
So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I don't think that this is necessarily going to really make that much of a difference. Like, I think you're going to see probably like...
I think Kyle Busch will max out trucks.
Yes. Like, you're going to see Kyle Busch max out trucks. You're going to see Ross max out probably everything. But, like, let's be real. How many of them were actually maxing out, like, this past year?
I think Busch maxes out truck every year.
Okay, so you got Busch.
I think. And Ross runs truck and Xfinity. SVG might have maxed Xfinity out this year.
Yeah, you're probably right. So that's 3.
Yeah. Hendrick, none of them max out. They alternate.
I do think that, I mean, you're going to see Larson run, Homestead.
I don't think it's going to affect that 17.
No,
because they're still going to
either.
Corey Day will probably end up with more starts next year than he did this year. And then, I mean, I don't know if it's going to really entice anybody else because, like, Penske drivers aren't going to drop back down and run.
Yeah.
There's not enough Ford teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting because there will be some people that max it out. It feels like a slippery slope going back to like the bushwhacking days where it wasn't even fun to watch the Busch series at the time, then the Xfinity series because Kyle Busch could go back down and run the full season and then just dominate.
Well, so one thing that they said in this is none of the races can be ran during the playoffs, and I think that they kind of
Well, that's good.
Yeah, they kind of showed their cards a little bit with the playoffs. I think the format talk with that.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of them saying
I think it's
there's going to be
chase
playoffs.
then.
But also, here's an interesting thing. I think it was Junior on his podcast this week. He was talking about the 10 race chase versus the 334.
Yeah.
He's like, it's the same thing.
Kinda, yeah.
To an extent. I get what he's saying, but also it's either you're going to have a clear elimination or a understood elimination.
I would rather have the understood elimination
I
just
agree.
because, okay, you do 3, 3, 4, and then you get to the final 4 races and there's only 4 people. Or maybe they expand it to 5, 6, I don't know. But you could still get down to Homestead next year in the chase format and have 4 or 5 people within a race winning amount of points.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I feel like doing the chase, and I feel like every week we have something about the format that we talk about, kind of just seems to be the case. But like something with the championship race that I think kind of, I'm not going to say it makes me mad, but I had the thought this past championship race, the stages don't matter.
No.
Not at all. I mean,
they
it's
don't
just
award stage points.
Yeah,
anything.
it's literally just like, oh, hey, here's a guarantee caution.
Well, that's all stages are.
Yeah, it is a guarantee caution, but the thing is, throughout the season and up until the last race, you're awarding points.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like...
You don't want to get me started on this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just, I think if you're basing the championship off points across a 10-race deal, it's still the stages are still going to matter.
Yeah.
So... Yeah. Anyways, we won't go super deep into that because I feel like that's going to come up in the off season a lot.
Get rid of stages at some point, please God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll leave it at that.
This is what I think, and I'm just
award points at stage end, but don't throw the caution.
Yeah, there's no caution. It just that's who won the stage. Next stage starts right now.
Because here's what that fixes: super speedways. Road courses. Right off the bat, those get fixed. There's no more fuel saving at Well, there's still fuel saving at super speedways. That's always going to happen. You're never going to get away from it. But you're not, okay, stage 1 ends on this lap. We pit here. Stage 2 ends on this lap. We pit here.
Yeah.
Stage 3, we only have to, is the only time we might do a green flag pit stop. Maybe, and then road courses, well, do we want the stage points or do we want to pit and try to win the race?
Yeah.
You get rid of all that.
You do. And I think even on short track, it would be, it's more like, for lack of a better term, it's more like balls to the wall racing. You know what I mean? Like,
now, yeah.
That's just kind of the way I look at it.
Some people are going to hate mile and a halves again because you're going to have, if you don't have guaranteed cautions, you're going to have like Larson run off with a 10-second lead.
That's true.
Vegas potentially, or Denny, or whoever. But, I don't think stages are going to go anywhere. I would like to see no more stage breaks, because that also just throws 20 laps of the race out the window.
Yeah,
guaranteed
literally.
Every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
15 to 20.
Yeah. Give or take if they decide to. We got to clean up.
Clean up on aisle 4.
We've got a fan's vomit in turn 3. We got to take care of real quick.
There's debris, but we're going to wait till 5 laps into this stage to throw the caution. We didn't see it.
Oops. We didn't see it. Oh, no. Anyways.
Trucks.
Yeah, well, that's all on our... It seemed a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, but, a lot of stuff there's not much to talk about, like, popular driver and all that stuff, because, we all knew Chase was going to win it. Let's be real.
He wins it because his last name.
Partially true.
He's also just, like, it's slowly coming to an end, but you can't go to a lot of, like, the races that we go to, at least.
Oh my gosh, Atlanta is...
Oh, yeah, Atlanta's a guaranteed predominant Chase fan base. Talladega is, kind of wide open, but also still close to, like, we went to, I forget where it was. It might have been Darlington, and Chase got, like, no, it was North Wilkesboro. They booed Chase out in North Wilkesboro.
I remember you telling me about that. That was interesting to me, but...
it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm curious who's going to be the one to take over, because it doesn't feel like it's like
Larson or Blaney.
Yeah. I'm going to save my thoughts on...
Or maybe Zilich.
Possibly.
Because I could see it being a young guy getting in the sport and then everybody being... Which I don't know why Hocevar doesn't make it in that conversation.
I think it's just because...
it's probably because he's polarizing, but...
Well, this is also something I think he really... What is the word I'm looking for? I'm not saying pander. I don't think he's pandering by any means. Like, okay, for instance, he's like big on like Twitch and stuff, and I don't know if like some younger people who probably would like him if they like the sport.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They see his clips on TikTok and they're like, "Oh, this is hilarious. I love this guy." They don't even realize he's actually a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
So we need more people like Hocevar to...
You'd get more people if NASCAR wouldn't fine him for everything under the sun.
Very true. Very true. Okay, anyways, let's get into the truck race before we end up on another rabbit hole.
We have an off-season full of rabbit holes, don't worry.
Yes, don't worry. The whole off-season is a rabbit hole leading to the Daytona 500.
Yeah. So, the qualifying, we're going to go over... I don't remember if I did this for Cup or not, but we're gonna go over the qualifying order for the Champ 4.
I'll pull it up for it.
So Caden Honeycutt qualified 5th.
Widowy, Hayden, Honeycutt. We got new flavors for you guys. Oh, honey, cherry, swash. Hey, Caden, honey. What did you say?
I don't even know at this point.
Are we already off the rails?
Yeah. Okay. Caden Honeycutt qualified 5th. Corey Heim qualified 6th. Ty Majeski in 8th. And Tyler Ankrum in 21st. Mind you, Lane Riggs missed out on this round.
Yeah.
And we have somebody that can't even qualify in the same zip code. Lap 1, Brent Cruz leads the field to green with Chandler Smith starting on the outside, and Lane Riggs drops to the back to serve his penalty. Chandler Smith clears for the lead in turn 2, but there's a crash behind them around 22nd. Daniel Hemrick, I don't know why I typed it like that. Daniel Hemrick wrecked Dawson Sutton. He put him in the wall. Lap 22, because we figured out how to race.
Finally.
Corey Heim takes the lead. With Corey Heim taking the lead, he's led in all 25 races this season. That is the first driver in any 3 of the big NASCAR series to lead a lap in every race of that series for the whole season.
Wow.
Basically, this is all Corey Heim, forewarning. By around lap 47, Corey Heim has now led 1,534 laps this season. That puts him past Mike Skinner's 1996 record for laps led in a season in the Truck Series. Lap 45, Corey Heim wins stage 1. Ty Majeski finished 3rd, Caden Honeycutt 7th, and Tyler Ankrum in 14th. Lap 55, on the restart, Corey Heim clears Rajah Caruth for the lead off turn 2. By around lap 67, Corey Heim and Ty Majeski continue to run 1-2. Last year in this race, they ran 1-2 for 119 laps. Lap 90, Corey Heim wins stage 2. Ty Majeski finishes 2nd. Caden Honeycutt finished 4th. I couldn't even find where Ankrum finished because it was outside the top 10. Corey Heim has now won 23 stages, the most all-time in a single season for the Truck Series. Lap 100, Corey Heim clears Ty Majeski for the lead off turn 4. Lap 112, Clayton Green spins in turn 2. On lap 119, Gio Ruggiero, Andres Perez, Bailey Curry, and Ben Rhodes all crash together in turn 4 from around 16th. That brings out a red flag for cleanup because Andres Perez's truck got destroyed.
Yeah.
It was a crazy hit. Lap 124 on the restart, Corey Heim clears Ty Majeski off turn 2. Lap 127, Lane Riggs passes Corey Heim for the lead. Mind you, could have been a playoff, like a Champ 4 driver. Lap 147, Connor Mozak slows from 13th with the right front tire rub, but then he stays out. And on lap 148, he hits the wall in the front stretch, running 18th, bringing out the caution. This felt like obvious race manipulation to bring Ankrum back into the mix. I've seen a couple people talking about it, but most people kind of just swept it under the rug, which we'll get into why I think that happened. So, lap 152, the Champ 4 will restart in this order. Ty Majeski 3rd, Caden Honeycutt 5th, Tyler Ankrum 8th, and Corey Heim in 10th. Everybody but Heim took 2 tires. And here's why I think it got swept under the rug. Because on the first overtime restart on lap 155, Stephen Parson leads from the outside and Cole Butcher on the inside. The field goes 7 wide entering turn 1, with Corey Heim surging from 10th to 2nd, like
that was nuts.
On the apron, right at the wall, the inside wall. Caution waves after a crash involving Cole Butcher, Grant Enfinger, Tyler Ankrum, because Karma got your ass real quick, and Tanner Gray. Ty Majeski leads ahead of Corey Heim and Caden Honeycutt. Then we get another red flag for cleanup on lap 156. So then lap 160, the second and final overtime restart. Ty Majeski leads from the outside, Corey Heim on the inside. Heim clears for the lead off of turn 2, and Ty Majeski runs second with Honeycutt in 3rd. Your race winner and champion, Corey Heim. It's a shame that he doesn't have more than one truck championship at this point, as dominant as his 3 years in the Truck Series have been.
Yeah.
But we'll go through the rest of your top 10. Ty Majeski in 2nd, Caden Honeycutt in 3rd, Lane Riggs in 4th.
Trying to find something.
Which, to me, that should have been your Champ 4. The format gonna format.
Yeah.
Rajah Caruth in 5th, Jake Garcia in 6th, Corey LaJoie in 7th, who somehow always seems to find a way to get a top 10 when you don't even realize he's in the race.
Yep.
Chandler Smith in 8th, Tyler Reif in 9th. Reif? I don't know. And then 10th, Jack Wood.
Yeah, so talking about Corey Heim's, this is what I was trying to find.
Corey
Heim. No, it's something else. Corey Heim's kind of crazy stats for this season. So you got 12 wins for the season, 19 top 5s, 23 stage wins, 1,627 laps led. He's the first driver in a season in any of NASCAR's top 3 series to lead in every race, which we mentioned earlier. So I don't think you could get a more deserving champion in the truck series than that.
And then, that was Matt Crafton's last race.
Mm-hmm.
He's hanging it up. He then, in a post-race interview, says, "What a shame it is. It's pathetic what NASCAR has done to the truck series. You could throw a monkey in the driver's seat and he could drive this thing." So then explain to me why you haven't ran good these past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
You're also like 50 and dated 22-year-old or something like that.
Oh.
Dude, they showed them on the grid one time and I thought it was his daughter. Cuz he's grown, he's 50.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he likes to beat up the teenagers in the series. Anyway, I don't like Matt Crafton very much. He's not aged well.
Glad he's retiring.
Yeah. We're going to move on to the Xfinity Series now before I get us canceled.
Oh, goodness.
So, you're qualifying for the championship in the Xfinity Series. Connor Zilisch qualified 4th, Justin Allgaier in 5th, Jesse Love in 6th, and Carson Quapfel in 14th. So, again, like the Truck Series, there's 3 drivers right there next to each other, and then there's one that's not on the same planet, but this time he's a little closer.
Yeah. He's like on the moon, and the rest of them are on Earth.
Yeah.
Opposed to Pluto.
Like Mars.
Yeah.
Okay. Pluto, that works. Lap 1, Brandon Jones leads the field to green with Taylor Gray on his outside. Brandon Jones gets a great run in turn 2 and clears for the lead. Connor Zilisch moves up to 3rd to lead all of the championship contenders. Lap 12, Taylor Gray passes Brandon Jones for the lead. Lap 15, Carson Quapfel passes Ryan Sieg for 10th, and now all of the Champ 4 cars are in the top 10. So then on lap 45, Taylor Gray wins stage 1, Justin Allgaier finishes 3rd, Connor Zilisch 4th, Carson Quapfel 6th, and Jesse Love fell to 12th. Lap 50, Carson Quapfel has a slow pit stop and drops to 10th. Lap 56 on the restart, Taylor Gray leads from the outside with Zilisch on the inside. Zilisch is able to clear for the lead in turn 1, with Allgaier looking under Taylor Gray for 2nd in turn 2, and then Sheldon Creed tries to make it 3 wide in turn 4. Lap 63, Allgaier passes Zilisch for the lead. And then on lap 67, Corey Day bounces off the wall from 18th, but is able to continue with no caution. By around lap 75, Allgaier's led 12 laps so far in the race. Last year when he won the championship, he only led 4 laps.
Wow.
Lap 90, Allgaier wins stage 2, Zilisch in 2nd, Jesse Love in 5th, and Carson Quapfel in 9th. And then through 94 laps, Allgaier has been the highest running Champ 4 car for 75 of those, and Zilisch for 19 of those. Lap 103 on the restart, Jesse Love leads from the outside with Allgaier on the inside. Allgaier drives deep into turn 1 and takes the lead. Jesse Love falls to 2nd. Eric Almirola runs 3rd, and Zilisch moves from 8th to 5th. Lap 113, Leland Honeyman gets wrecked by Daniel Dye on the front stretch, running around 24th. Lap 119 on the following restart, Jesse Love clears Allgaier for the lead. Then on lap 120, Allgaier passes Jesse Love for the lead again, or back. And then now Justin Allgaier has gone over 1,020 laps led on the season, his highest ever in a season for his career.
That's crazy because I don't feel like, I mean, yes, he's won some races, but like.
Well, me and Lily talked about this. If you go back on some of Zilich's wins, Allgaier wrecked.
That's true.
So like Indy, if Kyle Larson wasn't in that race, Allgaier wins Indy because Larson wrecked Allgaier. Miami, well, no, Allgaier did win Miami, didn't he? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you can go back into a couple different races of the year where Allgaier led a bunch of laps, and then, maybe he faded at the end, maybe he got wrecked.
True.
Something happened where he was taken out of control of the race, and which this isn't a knock on Zilisch. I mean, Zilisch was always right there ready to take it.
Yeah.
But as the season went on, you kind of forgot about that because Zilisch just was really good and really grew into the car and the team.
Yeah, definitely.
Lap 138, Jesse Love has caught Allgaier and begins to battle for the lead. Sorry, my headphones went out there for a second. Lap 152, Ryan Sieg gets wrecked by Christian Eckes in turn 3 from 7th. Lap 159, Connor Zilisch clears Jesse Love for the lead in turn 1. Now, at this point, Connor Zilisch has led over 1,000 laps in the season, and this is the first time ever for the Xfinity Series that two drivers have led over 1,000 laps in the same season. So, Junior Motorsports on two drivers has led roughly 2,100 laps.
Wild.
In one season. Lap 176, Jesse Love is able to clear Connor Zilisch for the lead. And then on lap 192, Eric Almirola is able to pass Connor Zilisch for second. And that means your winner and your champion is Jesse Love. Now again, don't hate the player, hate the game. I really hope everyone has enough common sense and smarts to not direct the anger that you feel for Jesse Love not winning the championship, or
Zilisch,
Zilisch not winning and Jesse Love winning it. That's what I meant. Don't direct that at Jesse Love. He didn't do anything wrong. He, in Mamba Smith's words, shined brightest when dumb shit. Sorry. But, I mean, ultimately, this was bound to happen at some point, and, I mean, it has happened in different series over the years.
Yeah.
This one, I mean, it was just such a historic, dominating season that it feels so wrong.
Yeah.
Like, Allgaier's my favorite in the Xfinity Series, but I grew to be a really big Zilisch fan throughout the year. And, I mean, it hurt watching him get out of the car and cry and just try to process how you lose a championship. And no disrespect to Jesse Love. Yeah. But Jesse Love picked up his second win that night.
Mm-hmm. Second win of the season compared to
11 or 10 or
10
whatever.
Or 11, yeah.
Like, Zilisch had more wins than Jesse Love had top fives.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, it was not a great look. If you can find the silver lining of it, I think that is one of the final nails in the coffin of the format that we have known for a while. And then also, JGR wins their 7th Xfinity Series Owners Championship behind Eric Almirola. Whoop-de-freaking-do. Yeah. I will say, I am happy for my friend Justin that works at Joe Gibbs. He was there to celebrate and be a part of that. Yeah. And happy for Joe Gibbs himself. I just don't really super duper care for I don't super duper care for Almirola all that much. So then we'll finish.
Yeah, I mean, like, props to Jesse Love because, I mean, and RCR. I mean, they brought a good car.
Yeah, I mean, they made the right adjustments throughout the day.
Yeah.
Because he went from being one of the worst running to, by the end, having the best car.
True. So, yeah, like, it sucks, but like I said, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I think just the thing that makes it sting the most, too, is that was Zilich's only shot ever at it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Now, I do think in the grand scheme of his career, nobody's ever going to look back and think less of his career because of that.
I don't think so either.
Because I think, I don't know. I mean, is this dumb to say, but I think he'll win at least one or if not two Cup championships over his career.
I mean, I could see it. I mean, because the dude's, how old, 19?
Yeah.
Like, and he's about to start Cup racing.
I mean, he's got a good 20, 24, 25 years easy.
Yeah. And then you've also got where he's done one-offs in Cup and has ran well.
Yeah. Maybe doesn't have the finishes to back it up in some of them, but he's ran. And the other thing, too, is he's got his feet wet, so he's not, like,
going in
completely
blind,
green next year.
No, I agree. So that wraps up Xfinity and your Xfinity Championship.
Now on to the Cup Series. Your championship for qualifying order, Denny Hamlin got the pole. He started first. William Byron was second, Kyle Larson was third, and Chase Briscoe was 12th. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting how that happened. In all three series, there were three right next to each other and one that was kind of off the pace.
Yeah.
Which, in Briscoe's defense, he did have tire issues in practice and got nowhere near the amount of time.
Yeah. I think before we get into this race, to everybody who watches NASCAR and everything and is a fan of the sport, don't be mad at Goodyear.
Yeah.
Please. We have been begging for them to bring a softer tire instead of these bricks that we've been racing on for the past however long.
The whole next gen.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, is there complaints you can have with Goodyear? Yes. But you can't blame the whole race on them. It was weird that you had tire issues, but then also it didn't seem to matter if you took 2 or 4 at different points of the race. I don't know.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, like, a lot of the rear tires going down are kind of self-inflicted.
Yeah, I think just it was, I don't know.
Well, because
I'm on the fence, because I'm like, okay, the team's got aggressive with air pressure, but then you flip that. Well, why would Bowman have a tire go down? Why would XYZ have a tire go down? Why are they pushing so hard, not in the Champ 4, running for 10?
I mean, they're just trying to win the race.
Yeah.
Have another race win under the belt, but, you know, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Don't be mad at Goodyear, because otherwise, if everybody gets mad at Goodyear, they're going to start bringing bricks again, and it's just going to stay the way it's been. Shut up.
It wasn't a great race by them, but the overall quality and quantity and everything of the year was pretty good, I feel like.
Yeah. Because we're heading in the right direction, for sure. So don't get mad at them, because they're going to be... They care about their PR and everything.
Also, we're about to be into the offseason where they're going to do a few different tire tests, I'm assuming, across the offseason and figure some stuff out.
I know North Wilkes-Barre, that's
when you're doing the horsepower test, and I'm assuming that Goodyear's also going to tag along and do a tire test at the same time.
Yeah. But anyways, now getting into the race. On the start, Denny Hamlin leads the field to green from the inside. William Byron on the outside. Denny Hamlin comes ahead in turn 1, clears for the lead in turn 2. Byron drops to second, and Cindric moves from third ahead of Larson. Penske was out to play in this race. I mean, Cindric qualifying 4th.
Yeah.
Above Logano and Blaney.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. If the championship race is at Phoenix, even if there's not a Penske car in the championship, spoiler alert, they tend to win.
Also, now don't get mad at me, but I find it so interesting that Penske is kind of historically known to be one of the teams that cries the most about how they're raced as playoff drivers by non-playoff drivers, and then they go to Phoenix and race the hell out of everybody all race long.
Yeah.
But
let's be real. Let's be real.
They're getting their get back.
Who's the one that complains the most?
Oh, no, I know. That's why I said Penske.
Valid. I'm not going to say that Blaney has never said anything like that,
but I mean, overall sample size as a team, they complain the most about how now, which 90% of that's Logano, and then also you can double that down and say that Logano raced them very hard throughout. But I mean, no, you don't want to just roll over, but like also, if you know how it feels, and then you flash back to Blaney
and Ross Chastain in 2023.
Now we'll get more into it by the end of it, but I think the way this one played out, they overall were fair, and then it just fell into their lap at the end. And that's all I'll say for now.
So by lap 8, Denny Hamlin is pulled ahead by a little over half a second over William Byron, and Larson is running 4th, and Briscoe has moved up to 10th. Lap 22, there's a caution. I do not know what it's for, honestly. But all lead lap cars pit. Chase Elliott gets off pit road first, followed by Blaney and Byron. Let's go, Chase. Most popular driver.
Hey, I mean, he actually,
he had a good race on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't feel like you normally think of Phoenix as like the greatest track in the world for him.
Yeah,
either.
No, 100% valid there. By lap 30, Hamlin continues to maintain a little over half a second lead. The championship 4 drivers stay the same positions that they started on the restart. Byron 2nd, Larson 4th, Briscoe 10th. By lap 39, Byron has slowly began to bring in Hamlin as both begin to battle lap traffic. Blaney ends up passing Larson for 4th. And then lap 53 is when Byron takes the lead over Hamlin. It really felt like for a lot of this race, and I mean, not going to say that Larson wasn't a factor by any means, but like
he had a good car. He didn't have race winning speed, and he didn't it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, but like it was really like a Byron Hamlin battle.
Yeah,
majority of it.
Briscoe. So I do feel like overall scope of the race, the worst car of the championship four was Larson.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to think about the setbacks Briscoe had and how fast that car was to make its way back through. Now, yes, Larson had his own setbacks and made his way back through. But, I mean, I'm not saying that his car was god-awful. Like, I think they were all close.
Yeah.
But I think Denny had the best car. Byron was very close. He just did. I mean, I feel like Denny had the short run fire off that Byron couldn't keep up with. Denny would get a gap that he could maintain. Byron could kind of cut into it, but then by the time the tires were gone, there wasn't anything you could do.
Yeah.
Briscoe probably had the third best car. He might have had a better than third best car. We just never got to see it up front, really.
Mm-hmm.
And then Larson just kind of hung around and survived.
So, lap 56, Blaney is trying to pass Cindric. And then by lap 59, Blaney ends up passing Denny for second off of turn 2. And lap 60, Byron wins stage 1, followed by Blaney, Hamlin, Cindric, and Larson. So, like we said, Larson is just hanging in the like, side stage, I guess.
Waiting in the wings.
Waiting in the wings. That's what I was looking for. I feel like I can never think of like terms like that when I need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, Anyways, so lap 65, all lead lap cars pit. Blaney gets off pit road first, followed by Byron, Hamlin, Larson, and Briscoe jumps from 10th to 6th. So Briscoe didn't necessarily run terribly, but it just wasn't.
His problems happened at the worst possible time, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I still think that next year, I think Briscoe is going to be in the Champ 4. I'm going to call that now. I'll shoot my shot on it.
I mean, if we have a Champ 4.
Well, whatever it is, he'll be in the
It'll also be interesting because I don't really think like you kind of think of Phoenix as being a good track for him. I mean, he got his first win there. He runs pretty decent there most of the time, but like I feel like Miami, you just don't think of. Yeah. You don't think of Joe Gibbs cars, really.
No, you don't. I mean, you think of Hendrick, yeah. Which it's interesting because I also feel like you think of Tyler Reddick when it comes to Homestead,
it's like Hendrick and Reddick.
Yeah.
Well, no, and Bell.
True. That's true. Bell's
it's really the dirt guys, but Hendrick as a whole runs good there.
So by lap 71, you have Denny passing Byron for second. Then we have a caution on lap 73. John Hunter Nemechek spins on the backstretch from 30th. You have lap 76. Denny has been complaining about a potential clutch issue for multiple laps, which never affected him and really wasn't, except for on restarts and pit stops. That's the only thing that would have affected him.
I mean, they kept telling him don't cut the car off under caution like everybody else does in case, you burn the clutch out, restarting and starting, starting, that whole thing.
Valid, yeah.
But like overall, even when they didn't have sequential and they had like the H pattern regular shifter, you didn't really use the clutch to shift.
Yeah.
Other than restarts. But like now, you get going in first. Every other shift after that, you don't use the clutch.
So, lap 80 on the restart. Blaney leads from the inside, Hamlin on the outside. Hamlin gets a run and clears for the lead off turn 2. Larson, Byron split Blaney and battle side by side for second. Blaney drops to 4th. Lap 81, you have Hocevar passing Blaney for 4th. Larson clears Byron for second. Denny extends his lead by lap 88 to 2 seconds over Larson. And then lap 89, Wallace begins to slow from 17th with apparent throttle sensor issue. And then you start to see the tire issues start to pop up.
They were on a little break, but they made their way over from practice to the race.
So lap 106, SVG spins out on the front stretch just before the caution. Briscoe blows a right rear tire, running 5th. Again, worst possible time for that. All lead lap cars pit. Hamlin beats Larson and Byron off of pit road. And then on the restart, Denny leads from the inside, Larson on the outside. Hamlin clears for the lead in turn 1. Byron and Larson battle. side by side for second, and Larson clears for the position on the backstretch. Briscoe is now restarting in 32nd after.
Rip.
Yeah, and he's complaining of a vibration. So, great day for him.
Yeah, at this point, you kind of felt for him a little bit.
So, by lap 140, you have the championship 4 running first Hamlin, Larson second, Byron in 4th, and 24th Briscoe.
Hey, up 8 spots.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's moving. So then Kyle Busch on lap 145 from 20th, he pits with a vibration and flat right rear tire. Then shortly after that, lap 149, AJ Allmendinger goes off into the wall again.
Bubba had a valid crash out, and also so did Allmendinger.
Yeah.
With the radio afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I'm like watching it, and I'm like, he's getting out. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. He was just over it.
Yeah.
Which he literally said, I'm effing over this. F this. I'm out.
Yeah. The Allmendinger crash outs this season have been pretty great, not going to lie. So, lap 151, all of the lead lap cars pit. Hamlin gets off pit road first, followed by Blaney and Larson. Todd Gilliland gets penalized for pit road speeding. Irrelevant. Don't get me wrong, I love the Gilly band, but, Lap 156 on the restart. Hamlin leads from the inside. Blaney on the outside. Hamlin clears for the lead. Blaney slots in front of William Byron for second. Take a shot for every time I say Denny clears for the lead on a restart.
Yeah, I'd be drunk.
Yeah. So Briscoe now has moved his way up to 10th by lap 160. 161. On the backstretch, he passes Chase Elliott and Joey Logano to move to 8th. So now you have Blaney, who is, for several laps trying to pass Denny for the lead. Austin Dillon suffers a flat right front tire running 22nd, but makes it to pit road. A lot of the flat tires, I feel like people actually made it to pit road without there being a caution, which was nice. I do kind of feel like if this race was earlier in the season and it wasn't the championship race, the cautions would have been flying a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it was just more.
I see that.
Yeah. So lap 183, we have caution for Ty Dillon spinning from 26th in turn 2. And then lap 185, under caution, Hamlin wins stage 2, followed by Blaney, Byron, Larson, and Bell. Briscoe made it all the way up to 7th in that stage at the end. Lap 186, which is, literally right after that, still under caution. Denny reports having a left rear tire go down, which I guess good timing for that because he's about to go to pit road. Lap 188, all lead lap cars pit. Blaney gets off pit road first, followed by Byron, Chastain, and Hamlin has issues getting the jack under the left side due to the flat tire. Drops to 11th. And then Larson drops a lug nut and drops to 18th. So you would think that, that sucks.
And I forget exactly where, but, at this point, you're like, okay, Denny's had issues. Briscoe's definitely had issues. Larson's had his issues.
You kind of think it's Byron's race.
Yeah, and then the announcers go, and Byron, and again, I don't remember what part of the race this was exactly, but they go, and Byron, the only championship 4 driver with no issues today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the race.
That aged very well.
Yeah. You guys will find out about that if you didn't watch it. Blaney leads from the inside. Byron on the outside. William Byron clears for the lead off of turn 2. Ross Chastain looks outside to Ryan Blaney for second on the backstretch, and Briscoe slots into 4th. So now we've seen Briscoe literally at the back of the pack, and then not all the way out front, but, there.
Yep.
So you have Briscoe makes a pass on Blaney for 3rd. So at lap 200, your champ 4 are running Byron in 1st, Chase Briscoe in 3rd, Denny in 7th, and Larson in 10th. So by lap 206, Briscoe is starting to battle it out with Ross Chastain for 2nd. Denny makes a pass on Logano for 6th. Lap 207, Briscoe ends up going high in turn 2, allowing Blaney to pass Chastain for 3rd and battle under Briscoe for 2nd in turn 3. Larson starts to slow with a flat right front tire from 8th and comes to pit road, so makes the pit road without a caution. And then poor Briscoe has a flat right rear tire running second, but he makes it to pit road.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, right when you think, oh man, he's in it, he's got a shot,
it's
over.
No. Then lap 220, I think that this might be, other than the Byron caution, I think this might be the only flat tire caution that we had. Hocevar suffers a flat tire off of
Allmendinger's.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good point.
But
out of our ratio is pretty good,
Yeah.
So Hocevar has a flat off of turn 4 and hits the wall running 8th, bringing out the caution. All lead lap cars pit. Chase Elliott gets off pit road first and is followed by Blaney and Byron. Larson takes the wave around to get back on the lead lap.
Crazy.
Yes. On the restart, Chase Elliott leads from the inside, Blaney on the outside. Byron drives under both to battle for the lead. But Chase Elliott clears for the lead off turn 2. Byron slots in the second. Josh Berry, who we haven't talked about since Vegas, other than him wrecking out, crashing out, if you will, looks under Ryan Blaney for third, and Hamlin runs fifth. Berry passes Blaney for third, and then Blaney takes third back from Josh Berry, so that didn't last long.
Yeah.
Then Hamlin starts to battle Berry for fourth and ends up making the pass. Chase Elliott maintains about a second lead over Byron. The Champ 4 currently run. Byron second, Denny fourth, Briscoe in 20th, and Larson in 24th. Now, this is lap 236. This is a 300-lap race?
I think it's 312.
Something like that. So, within 100 laps to get to the end. Keep that in mind.
Schedule distance.
Schedule distance, yes. No, Gregson has a flat tire, but makes it to pit road.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor dude. So, lap 259, you have Austin Cindric. He crashes off of turn 4 from 10th, brings out the caution.
I'll be honest, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, I think this may have been the point when I was taking my second stage nap.
Well, this was the final stage.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
No, I remember this now because we were like, Mal.
Yeah, Mal, your boy is not doing well. So lap 262, all lead lap cars pit. Byron gets off pit road first, followed by Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. But then Chase Elliott is too fast entering. Womp womp.
Still gets top 10 though.
Yeah. So on the restart, Byron leads from the inside, Denny on the outside. Both remain side by side through turns 1 and 2. They make contact on the backstretch, and Hamlin pulls ahead in turn 3. Took him a little bit longer this time. Byron fights back in turn 1, and they once again make contact on the backstretch. I think at this point we were like, oh my gosh, they're going to wreck each other.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember that. Then lap 279, JJ Yaley suffers a wheel issue entering turn 3. All lead lap cars pit. Chase Briscoe gets off pit road first after taking 2 tires, followed by Larson with 2 tires. And Denny with 4 tires. And William Byron takes 4. That's weird. That's a weird way to word that. So on the restart, Briscoe leads from the inside, Larson on the outside. Briscoe gets a good jump, clears for the lead on the front stretch. Denny Hamlin dives under Larson to battle for second, and then both split Briscoe on the back stretch to go 3 wide for the lead. Lap 286. Byron makes it 4 wide for the lead on the front stretch and takes the lead. Denny slots in second. Logano moves to third. Denny extends his lead to a little over half a second over William Byron, and then ends up extending it to almost 2.5 seconds over Byron. And Blaney is starting to get close to Byron to pass him for second. Then this is where it goes downhill. Lap 309. William Byron suffers a flat front tire from second in turn 4.
Remember, out of 312 laps, at this point, it's signed, sealed, delivered. Denny got the champion.
Yeah.
Or Denny got the championship. He's going to be champion. But we all know it's never going to happen.
Yep. So, lap 312, all lead lap cars except Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, and Alex Bowman pit. Blaney gets off pit road after taking 2 tires, followed by Kyle Larson, Logano. Denny Hamlin comes out 7th after taking 4 tires. Logano and Carson Hocevar make contact on pit road. So this will be the second overtime in the championship finale in the elimination era. The other time was 2016.
Now, I mean, we'll finish this, but now looking back, there's so many similarities.
Yeah,
between
I was gonna bring this up. So on the overtime restart, Brad Keselowski leads from the outside. Ryan Preece on the inside. Brad Keselowski clears for the lead off of turn 4. And Larson moves to third, and Denny is trapped in 7th. And then lap 319, Blaney makes a move off of turn 4 to pass Brad.
I mean, last second.
Yes, I mean, I thought Brad was about to finally win a race again, and I was like, oh my gosh.
And mind you, he stayed out. That would have been the craziest part.
But Blaney ends up winning the race. Kyle Larson finishes third and wins the championship. Yeah, I feel so bad for Denny, honestly.
I feel bad for Denny the person. I don't feel bad for Denny the driver.
Valid. I feel bad for both. That's just me.
This is the thing. And I take these with a grain of salt, like I'm going to advise everyone listening to take with a grain of salt. I do know that if you had a different format in place, you would race certain races differently, situations different, et cetera, et cetera. Denny was not your champion in Winston Cup points, in Chase, in full season points, excluding the extra stuff of the playoffs. Larson wasn't either in some of those, and in some of those he was. In some of those, it was Christopher Bell. I think it was Winston Cup. It would have been Christopher Bell. But it just, yes, he had the most wins. But other than wins, everybody else in the championship 4 felt very close on, well, I guess maybe except for Britt. I don't know. They all felt relatively close in like top 5s and top 10s in that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like I wanted to see it happen just to see it finally happen.
Say I don't have a heart. I didn't want to see it happen.
I mean, this is why we have 2 hosts on this podcast. That way it's not just Blake and everyone hates us. I'm joking. I don't think that people hate you.
Run a poll.
Run a poll. Run it up.
Honestly, if there's one of us that is potentially less likable to the masses, it would be me.
Yeah.
For some of my opinions.
But either way, Larson's the champion.
It did feel so dirty, though.
It did.
Like, well, what's the best way I want to say this? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Yes. Larson it just didn't feel like a championship year.
No, that's the biggest thing.
If it was gonna be a HMS driver, I feel like I guess Byron had. I don't know. They were both so streaky this year.
Yeah.
And I've already seen so many people, well, y'all hate Logano because of... No, we hate Logano for a lot more reasons than just this. Larson had just miles better of a season than most seasons that Logano's won a championship.
Yeah.
So that's not the same, not even close. I mean, I don't know. The other thing, too. Okay, so it's a Toyota that takes 4 tires on an overtime restart. What happened in the truck race? A Toyota took 4 tires on the overtime restart and was still able to win. Tires meant more in the truck race, obviously. And then I think the trucks race a little better with drag arrow and whatnot. I don't think you're going to see the Cup cars really go 7 wide in that turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is easy to say, well, I forget who his crew chief is. Is it Chris Gale?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it's easy to sit here,
Monday
a couple
morning,
days
quarterback
removed, and say, well, he should have taken. Yes. Should, in hindsight, he have taken 2 tires? Yes.
In the moment, did they know?
I mean,
No.
you got to think, though. You had a really good car, and some people are going to take 2. You're hoping that your really good car with 4 is just going to drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't work. Now, that's one of the things where I don't find a huge similarity in 2016 to this year. But in 2016, that's when Carl Edwards had the championship all but locked up, and none other than Joseph Logano decided to just destroy him for his first championship, which, obviously, I mean, you can't blame the guy, but like Hamlin said, he plans on returning. But this one hurts. This one's gonna take a minute to get over. It's gonna take a little while to recover. And I mean, he said like, "Hey, my fun meter is pegged all the way out. Like right now, I don't want to get back in a race car. I don't have any interest," which I get. I definitely do. But overall, this is just one of those you have to, at the end of the day, blame NASCAR.
Yeah. 100%.
Because they want their Game 7 moment. This is not a stick and ball sport.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the World Series last week, and that went to Game 7, and that was crazy, and that was exciting, and the playoffs work for that. The playoffs do not work for racing.
Yeah.
It's too gimmicky.
Yeah.
Is the best way I know how to put it.
That is a good way to put it. So, your top 10 from this race. Ryan Blaney wins the race. I feel like... Did I even mention that? Yeah, I feel like I did. Blaney wins the race. Brad in second. Larson in third. Logano in fourth. Kyle Busch in fifth.
Which was his best finish...
Since Coda.
Chicago.
Okay, my bad.
It was his best finish and his first top 5 since Chicago.
Yeah. Denny in sixth. Josh Berry in seventh. Michael McDowell in eighth.
Yeah.
Ryan Preece in ninth. Yeah. And then Chase Elliott in top 10. That rounds out your top 10. I guess another thing sort of note, this is Suarez's last race with Trackhouse.
Yeah. Sent it off with a banger of a paint scheme.
Oh, yeah. So, as you guys know, there's no race next week.
Or I think 14 weeks, basically.
Yeah. So, we're going to talk just a little bit about the schedule of the offseason. And this is tentative right now. Haven't nailed anything down like straight up officially, but pretty much officially.
Yeah.
So next week, we are going to be bringing you guys a special episode.
A special guest appearance, if you will.
That'll be after that episode.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. You guys will find out about that. We'll announce that next week, I think. Next week's episode. Again, these episodes in the off season may not be as long as our normal episodes. They might be 20 minutes, they might be 30, they might be an hour. Who knows?
Next week's might be lengthy.
Yeah. But so we're gonna be coming to you guys next week, and starting after next week, we will be coming every other week. Ish. Yeah. We have a lot of moving parts behind the scenes, some stuff that we want to bring you that we're going to have to see how that works out. Yeah, we got to lock in some stuff because in between, so every other week, I don't know. We'll talk about this later.
You might get an episode every week, you might get an episode every other week. We might just miss a week here, miss a week there, whatever.
Yeah, either way. We're going to be doing, I guess we can kind of give a little bit. So next week, we're going to be bringing you guys an episode that we're going to call The Checkies.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun episode.
It's going to be a goofy little end-of-year wrap-up award ceremony.
Yeah. That's kind of the way we're looking at it.
So if you have any suggestions for categories,
hit us with them.
Shoot us a message. Don't shoot us. Shoot us a message.
Yes.
I realize that was a bad time.
Shoot us. Hold on. And then after that, we're gonna be probably doing a mix of any off-season news and some interviews. We've got a few things lined up already, and we're trying to get a few more lined up. So if there's anybody within reason that you think that we could interview or whatever, again, shoot us a message. Don't shoot us. Quote of the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you guys for listening this season. This is the first season that we've done this. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I've loved this. I mean, we both love racing, both love talking about it. And it's funny how this all started as me and Blake just sending text messages talking about the race back and forth, and then we're just like, oh, hey, let's do a podcast and actually put it out there for people to listen.
It's brought a new fun level to me in my fandom, because I don't necessarily watch the races any different now. but I have a different mindset about it. Like,
Yeah.
I guess bigger picture at times. I don't know. It's fun to, normally you sit there and you watch the race, and most of the people, at least that, you work with, you're friends with, whatever, might not care or know that much about NASCAR, but you're like, man, I really want to talk about, like,
Yeah, and then you don't have anyone to talk to about it.
So, I mean, thank you to everyone listening.
Yeah.
But also, not to take away from anybody or anything, I feel like this is just a good avenue for, like, this is what I think, this is what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't, what I'm trying to say?
It's kind of like tweeting into the void.
Session.
Yeah. It's kind of in the same realm of tweeting into the void,
Yeah.
thoughts and stuff, or journaling if you're older and you remember journaling. About a sport. And but yeah, we want to thank all you guys who listen every week, and those of you who just find us randomly, whether it be from YouTube, podcast, or that's stupid, YouTube, Apple, TikTok, all that, all the stuff I talk about. I'm about to repeat again when we're doing our closing. Yeah, thank you guys. It's been awesome. Been an awesome season. I think that's a good place to wrap it up, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and last thank you. I want to thank Blake, because I wouldn't be a NASCAR fan without him. Him or my wife's friend Maggie, who dragged us to the Atlanta race. And then I met Blake there.
The most historic, arguably, Atlanta race ever.
Seriously. Minus the Apache helicopters circling for the championship, and what was that,
the
97?
like modern day NASCAR, probably the more iconic Atlanta race.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Anyways, that's a wrap on the season.
This has been the Checkered Chat.
I'm Justin.
I'm still Blake.
And we will still be here next season.
I'm not moving.
We're not doing anything different.
Right here.
Till
February.
Yeah. We are. What you guys don't know is that we are bolted into these seats. We are not moving. We have both lost our jobs due to this.
You had a job?
Yeah, we are currently being foreclosed on, so we're going to be opening up a Patreon. You guys can find special content. Anyways, so you guys can follow us apparently on Patreon. No, you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You can, and also follow on YouTube, like, subscribe, all that good stuff on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. And for the last time this season, you can't forget about it, which, again, I will probably do these in the off season, but either way, you can't forget about it last time.
Never forget Audible.
We will see you guys next week for the Checkies. Woo! Bye. Hell yeah.